How can we control our inventory? How can we manage our inventory? How can we understand our inventory and take proper action? Well, a very straightforward method from business studies is the ABC inventory classification, and this will be our focus in this section. How to perform an ABC inventory classification. This ABC classification is used to control our inventory. However, let me point out that it is much more versatile. You can use it to control your customers, your products, your product development, or your processes in your company, for an example. But here we take the inventory point of view. So what are real-world stock management challenges? Typically we have many thousands of SKUs, or many companies have thousands of SKUs in stocks. If you think of big oil and gas companies, integrated oil and gas companies, if you think of e-commerce retailers like Amazon or Alibaba, they have very, very high inventories. But although smaller companies, maybe they don't have hundreds of thousands of items, but they still have a significant number of items in stocks. They also have to deal with hundreds of suppliers who provide these items, and maybe a huge amount of customers as well. So how to manage this? We need to find something that helps us to identify priorities. We cannot spend our time, we cannot spend the equal amount of time on every item. We need to focus our time on the most important items, and we of course want to spend less time on the less important items. Though this was already discussed in line with the 80-20 or with the Pareto rule. And of course we should have some support by IT systems, by information processing systems, to gather all this data and help us controlling. Here we focus on the first point. In the ABC analysis, we apply directly the Pareto Law. The items with the highest usage value should get most of our attention. So the usage value is defined by the number of items we need or we use in 1 year or in one period of time times the value of these items. And then we have 3 classes of items. We do a classification of the items. The class A of items holds all those items that account for approximately 80% of the total annual usage value. Class B accounts for 15% and Class C accounts for only 5% of the annual usage value. Of course, if we add 80 plus 15 plus 5, this gives us to 100%. It should always add up to 100%. However, the precise class boundaries are not, this is not somehow a law that they always have to be 80, 15 and 5. It is much more advisable to adjust these boundaries to the specific situation of the company. So you could also deal with 60% for A, 30% for B and 10% for C items. But A should be those items with the highest annual usage value and C with the lowest annual usage value.